Hello all, and back with another episode of Building LARP, Part 3, the business plan. So this is the part that makes a lot of people squirmish, as to run a LARP is not cheap. Besides the location itself, which can be the most expensive and needs to be some of the most consistency to making your LARP work, we are going to look at three sections: the startup, the in-between, and at the game. So, startup. Depending on the level of immersion you've picked and the system you picked, you need an ability to get to the rules to all the players, whether this is teaching them, whether this is books and deciding on a system, whether this is primer pamphlets handed out of what expectations and rules are going to apply. This can lead to buying a number of books for the LARP. This could lead to asking the players to pick up that cost, etc. You're going to need costumes and props, even if they're simple ones, even if it is as far from an immersive LARP as possible. There's going to be an expectation of objects, things you can deal with. This goes back to whether it's your own system or buying someone else's, whether you can make cards and help notes and other things help keep the characters engaged with the game versus the immersion of costumes, makeup, whatever else have you, riddles and clues and puzzles that can be put together by hand. These are all going to be part of the setup costs you're going to need, as well as some of the in between, if you're doing more than just a one shot or a repeatable event, you're going to have to develop the storyline as we go, which is usually the focus for this series, is setting up a long-term LARP. And then there's in the moment, there is, what are you going to price this at? What is it going to cost you just to run it every day? Is it worth the commitment based on this? Do you have a team that you're sharing the profits with? And the most important question, who's in charge? Everyone can say that a team, votes and works together, but no, there needs to be someone in charge. There needs to be a financial decision of how this is working. Are you taking on volunteers in your team? Are you splitting what the LARP is making? What is the percentage that goes back into the LARP to cover all these costs or people's time away from the game when they're still dealing with it? This brings in the capability of, are you able to do extra scenes between games? Are you able to pay for the props that you're going to continue this campaign, as well as reproducing the initial materials to bring in new people? Whether this is a character sheet, a full tome, there can be a lot of other factors. This should all be considered in the business plan before you move forward. And with that, I hope I've given you something to think about. Any further questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will try and get back to them. Hope you all are having a great time. Hope this has been informative, and have a great week. Bye for now.